It's a common frustration, isn't it? You pour time into your LinkedIn company page, posting updates, trying to share valuable stuff.
Yeah, and you get crickets. Low views, maybe no leads. It feels like you're missing something.
Especially when you see competitors and it looks like they've cracked some secret code. They just seem to be thriving there.
That feeling, that investment, without seeing a return, it's tough. And often the page just becomes this static placeholder.
Yeah.
You know, a logo, a quick description, and then, well, it just sits there.
Right. But that page, that underperforming asset, it's actually got huge potential. It's not just a digital business card.
Absolutely not. It could be a lead generation engine. It could be bringing in page views that actually convert into prospects. People often underestimate its power.
LinkedIn itself has changed too. It's not just for job hunting anymore. Professionals are there making connections, looking for real business solutions.
Your ideal clients are almost certainly scrolling through LinkedIn right now. They're actively looking for the expertise you offer.
So the real challenge is shifting gears, right? Moving from just being there to actively using that page to get real business results.
Exactly. Think of it less like a static brochure and more like a dynamic tool, a way to consistently attract the right attention from the right people.
So our goal here really is to unpack some strategies. How do you turn that page into something that genuinely works for you? For views, yes, but critically for leads too.
Going beyond the basics, making it impact your bottom line.
Okay, let's dive into that first piece then. The first impression your page makes, it's always on, like a 247 sales page.
And you have to hook visitors immediately. First impressions count massively. A lot of businesses, frankly, get the fundamentals wrong here.
Thinking a logo and just a generic description is enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's just like table stakes now. It won't make anyone stop and really look.
And visuals play such a huge part. Let's start with the logo. Seems simple, but
It needs to be sharp, professional, instantly recognizable. A pixelated logo that just screams unprofessional and erodes trust straight away.
then there's the cover photo, that big banner space at the top. So much potential.
So underutilized. People just throw up a generic graphic or maybe a slogan. It's prime real estate being wasted.
Right. Instead of that generic image, you could use it to highlight a key result, something concrete.
Like, helped clients achieve X% ROI. Or maybe announce a new service. Our new service, boosting Y.
You could even showcase company values, maybe the team in action, give it a human feel.
And remember, it's dynamic. Change it up. Seasonal updates, campaign focuses.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just sit there static for years.
That visual hook then leads right into the About section, and this isn't just a company history lesson.
Definitely not. It's your sales pitch, really. Aimed squarely at your ideal clients. When someone clicks About, what are they trying to figure out?
What problems do you solve for me? That's the core question.
So you need to answer that directly. Use the language they use when they're searching for solutions. Weave in relevant keywords naturally.
Keywords like cloud migration or data security, for instance, if that's your area. But make it part of a compelling story, not just stuffed in there.
Your About needs a clear value statement, key client advantages, who you serve, those keywords for search, and, crucially,
A call to action.
yes,
Yeah.
a brief CTA. Maybe explore our product page or download our free guide. Something to guide them next.
Speaking of guiding them, let's talk about that main button, the one right under the company name. Visit website is the default.
And it's okay, but often not the best choice. You need to align it with your immediate goals. What do you want people to do right now?
So if you want sales conversations,
Make it contact us or request a demonstration. Simple, direct. If you're promoting a lead magnet like that guide we mentioned, link straight to the landing page.
or if hiring's a priority, link to the careers page. Make it obvious and easy.
Absolutely. And don't skip the basic info. Location, industry, specialties, founding date, employee count. Fill it all out.
Seems minor, maybe, but it matters for LinkedIn search, right? And for building trust. Empty fields just look a bit unfinished, unprofessional.
Yeah, it suggests you don't pay attention to detail. And finally, for this optimization piece, hashtags.
Ah, yes. Organic targeting.
Exactly. They help your page show up in relevant feeds. People follow hashtags actively.
And you need to research them, see what's popular in your industry, what competitors use.
And what terms your audience actually searches for, then use them consistently. In the About section, and definitely in your posts. Maybe 3 to 5 relevant ones per post.
Okay, so that sets the foundation. Page looks good, it's optimized. Now what fuels it? Content.
Right. Content is the engine. It drives the engagement, the views, and ultimately the leads. But it can't just be sales announcements or random industry news. That won't cut it.
You need to be providing real value, educating, inspiring, solving problems for your audience.
And it's that balance, isn't it? Quality and quantity. You need to post frequently, but with stuff that's genuinely worthwhile. A content calendar helps massively here. Keeps you consistent, keeps the mix varied.
So what kind of content really works? Are there specific types we should focus on?
Well, we can think of maybe 5 key pillars that tend to get results. First, thought leadership, sharing your unique perspective.
Showing you understand the bigger picture. Market shifts, challenges, opportunities.
Exactly. Maybe share findings from original research you've done, analyze new regulations and what they actually mean for businesses, or even offer a different take on a common belief, backed up with facts, of course.
Positioning yourself as a trusted authority. Makes sense. What's next?
Second, how-to guides and educational content. This is about directly helping your clients, but practical stuff.
Like solving specific software issues your product handles, or step-by-step project guides where your services fit in.
Or just breaking down complex concepts in a simple way. Be helpful, be memorable. People share useful things.
Okay, third pillar.
Employee spotlights and company culture. Humanize your brand. People connect with people.
Show the faces behind the logo. Short video interviews, maybe. A day-in-the-life post. Highlighting community work.
All great examples. Builds trust. And it helps attract talent, too, which is a nice bonus.
Fourth. This one seems crucial.
Social proof. Client success stories and testimonials. Don't just tell people you're good, show them the results you get.
Problem-solution results narratives. Short video testimonials. Pulling quotes from positive reviews.
Exactly. Let your satisfied clients do the selling for you. It's incredibly powerful.
And the fifth pillar.
Curated content. Sharing relevant industry news and articles, but with your own spin.
So not just hitting share, but adding your insight.
Right. Frame it. This article makes a strong point about X. Here's what it means for your industry. Or, we agree with Y's analysis on Z, but we also think your perspective shows you're current, knowledgeable.
And across all these, you mentioned video earlier. It seems essential now.
Video really captures attention, especially short-form video. Quick explanations, interviews, tips.
Animated explainers. 60-second business process advice. An employee sharing a quick insight.
Perfect examples.
Yeah.
And remember, native video uploaded directly to LinkedIn usually performs best. And always, always use captions.
Good point. What about other formats? Sometimes you see things like document carousels.
Yes. Those are often missed opportunities. You can turn slide decks, PDF excerpts, even infographics into these scrollable posts. They really increase view time.
And polls.
Polls are fantastic for direct engagement. Ask questions related to audience problems or preferences. You get instant feedback, gather opinions, maybe even spark ideas for your next content piece.
So lots of options, but how do you know what's actually working best for your audience?
That's where A/B testing comes in. Use your LinkedIn analytics. Track everything likes, comments, shares, clicks to your website, or lead magnets.
Compare different formats. Video versus text. Image posts versus updates.
Precisely. See what resonates. Let the data guide you. Double down on what works and maybe pull back on what doesn't. Refine your approach constantly.
Okay, so we've optimized the page. We have a solid content strategy with different pillars.
Yeah.
What's the glue that holds it all together?
Consistency. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You have to treat your page like a TV channel. If you broadcast irregularly, you lose your audience.
And LinkedIn's algorithm notices that inconsistency too, right?
It absolutely does. Frequent, predictable posting signals an active, valuable page. That tends to get favored in the feed. Dormant pages, their reach often gets throttled.
It's like the platform rewards activity.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Consistent interaction is key. It impacts your organic reach significantly.
And what's the right frequency? Is it daily? 3 times a week?
There's no single magic number, honestly. It depends. You need to find your optimal rhythm.
So start somewhere reasonable, maybe 3 times a week.
That's a good baseline.
Yeah.
Then watch your engagement rates closely. Are people interacting? Is the quality holding up?
And then experiment. Try bumping it up for a month, maybe 5 times a week, and see what happens.
Exactly. See if engagement increases, stays the same, or even drops if quality suffers. Find that sweet spot between visibility and actually creating good content. Rushing out low-quality posts just to hit a quota can backfire.
Maintaining that consistency without burning out or sacrificing quality sounds challenging. How do you streamline it?
2 main things help: batching and tools.
Content batching, like blocking out time to create a bunch of stuff at once.
Precisely. Set aside a few hours, maybe half a day, and create multiple pieces. Draft several text updates, script or outline a few videos, design a carousel. It's much more efficient than trying to create something new every single day.
Yeah.
Less context switching.
Makes sense. And tools.
Scheduling tools are your friend. LinkedIn has its own built-in scheduler, which is handy. Or you can use external platforms like Hootsuite or Buffer, especially if you're managing multiple social channels. Schedule things in advance so you're not scrambling.
And what about repurposing? Getting more value from stuff you've already created.
Oh, absolutely critical for efficiency. You put effort into a blog post, turn the key points into a carousel, held a webinar, clip out the best moments for short videos, got a great case study, break it down into bite-sized text updates.
So you're not constantly reinventing the wheel, keeps the content pipeline full.
Exactly. Maximizes the value of your efforts and keeps your audience engaged with less heavy lifting each time.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. We've talked a lot about the company page itself. What about leveraging the people within the company?
Employee advocacy. This is such a huge, often untapped resource for traffic and leads.
Because individual employees' networks combined are often much larger than the company page's followers.
Way larger, usually. And here's the kicker. Posts from individuals tend to get significantly more visibility and engagement than posts from a company page.
People connect with people, right? Not logos.
Exactly. So think of your team as this incredible, free and very capable sales and marketing force, in a way, when they share your content.
It reaches their trusted network. Colleagues, clients, industry contacts, even friends. It lands differently.
Much more impact. So building an actual employee advocacy program, one that enables and encourages sharing, can be a game changer.
But how do you do that effectively? You can't just tell people to share stuff.
No, that rarely works well. It needs to be structured. First, educate and equip them. Provide some basic LinkedIn training, good profile habits, how and why to share company content, what's in it for them and their personal brand too.
Make it easy for them, like a central place to find shareable content.
Definitely. A content hub. Put approved images, videos, maybe some suggested post text, direct links to the company posts. Make it super simple. Ready-to-go captions they can adapt. Reduce the friction.
What about motivation? How do you reward or recognize people who participate?
Recognition is key. It doesn't have to be big financial rewards. Publicly acknowledge active employees, maybe in internal newsletters, or even a shout-out on the company page itself.
Friendly competition, maybe.
Yeah.
Leaderboards for shares or engagement.
That can work. Small prizes, maybe just bragging rights, but also focus on the intrinsic value, how building their LinkedIn presence helps their own career and skills. Frame it as shared progress.
So make it straightforward. Easy to find content, easy to share, maybe internal messages with direct links and suggested text.
Yes. Use your internal comms channels. Slack, Teams, email. Whatever you use, send prompts. Hey team, we just published this great post about X. Here's the link and a suggested message if you'd like to share it with your network.
And be clear why it's valuable for them to share, right? Both for their network and for the company.
Absolutely. Explain the benefit. And importantly, encourage them to share their own expertise too. Authentic insights from employees perform really well. It positions them and the company as knowledgeable.
It benefits everyone. And finally, can you track the impact? See if employee shares actually lead to something tangible.
You should try. Track which employee shared posts perform best. See if you can trace leads or lead magnet downloads back to their efforts. And when you do see that connection, celebrate it internally. Reinforce the value.
That makes sense. Okay, what if your company has really distinct product lines or serves very different audiences? Does one main company page work for everything?
That can get tricky. If you're trying to talk to, say, HR software buyers and marketing analytics buyers on the same page, your message gets diluted. General content struggles to connect deeply with specific segments.
It's like trying to be all things to all people.
Exactly. And that's where LinkedIn Showcase pages come in. They're essentially extensions or subpages linked to your main company page, but each focused on a specific product, service, or target audience.
So like mini company pages for specific niches.
Pretty much. The big advantage is focused messaging. Each Showcase page has its own followers, its own content stream, even its own branding that aligns with that specific offering. You get deeper engagement from the right people.
And better targeting, because if someone follows your Cloud Solutions Showcase page,
you know exactly what they're interested in. Your message lands with much greater impact. Plus, it helps qualify leads. Visitors to a specific Showcase page are already showing a level of pre-qualified interest. Makes the sales team's job easier.
how do you set them up effectively? Is it just copying the main page?
No. Definitely not. Each needs its own distinct branding logo, cover photo, about section tailored to that niche. It should feel like part of the main brand, yes, but also stand alone.
And unique content is crucial, I imagine.
Absolutely. Don't just repost from the main page. Develop content specifically for that showcase page audience, addressing their unique questions and challenges.
How do they connect back? Do you link between them?
Yes, strategically link between the main page and relevant showcase pages, and vice versa. Promote them in your marketing. Get your sales team to share the relevant showcase page with prospects.
And each one can have its own specific call to action button.
Exactly. Directing traffic to highly relevant landing pages. Imagine a software company with pages for enterprise software, small business tools, developer community, each with tailored content and CTAs. It just makes your marketing much more precise and productive. They act like lead filters.
Okay, so we're getting engagement, maybe through the main page or showcase pages. How do we actively turn that interest into actual business opportunities, CTAs, and lead magnets, right?
This is where the rubber meets the road. You need clear next steps. You can't just provide information and hope people figure out what to do next.
Every piece of content should ideally have a goal, often leading to a CTA.
Right. Even within your organic posts, include clear instructions at the end. Get our free guide.link, register here.link, request a free discussion.link.
Be clear, concise, persuasive. Give them a reason to click.
Now, LinkedIn sometimes reduces the reach of posts with direct external links.
The link in bio approach, or rather, link in comments.
Sort of. You can build interest in the post text, then direct them to a link you drop in the first comment, or point them to a button on your company page profile itself. Maximize clicks on page buttons, the Services tab, links in the About section, product listings. Make every clickable element count.
And make sure any external content you do share, like articles, also contains lead magnets or CTAs.
Good point. Now, about those lead magnets, what makes them truly appealing? What do people actually want?
Needs to be genuinely valuable, right? Especially in B2B. Free, yes, but high quality in exchange for contact details.
Exactly. Things like white papers and ebooks that offer deep dives into industry challenges work well. High perceived value. Webinars and online workshops are great too. Interactive, direct connection, Q&A. They often have high conversion rates if positioned well.
What about more practical things? Templates, checklists?
Fantastic. Things people can use immediately, a proposal template, a compliance checklist, a budget worksheet, builds goodwill, and generates qualified prospects. And of course, for software or services.
Free trials and demos. Let them experience it.
Lower the barrier to entry, but make sure you have solid sales follow-up processes in place for those.
And the landing page where they sign up for these offers, that's critical.
Absolutely critical. It needs to be crystal clear. What's the offer? What's the benefit? Remove distractions. Focus on the form. Emphasize the results they'll get, not just the features.
Mobile friendly, fast loading.
Essential. And keep the form fields minimal. Name, company email, maybe company name, often enough for B2B initially. Don't ask for too much up front.
And finally, test everything.
Always be testing. Don't assume. Test different CTA wording. Get it now versus access your guide. Test different offer types, webinar versus white paper. Test landing page variations, headlines, visuals, forms. Use your analytics to see what actually converts best, focusing on qualified leads.
Okay, organic reach is great. Optimizing the page is key. Content is king. But sometimes you need a boost, right? That's where LinkedIn ads come in.
Exactly. Paid promotion can really help you break through organic limits, reach a very specific audience quickly, and accelerate lead generation. LinkedIn's B2B targeting is pretty much unmatched.
So it's about supplementing organic efforts for faster growth or reaching people who don't follow you yet.
Precisely. And there are different ad formats depending on your goals. Sponsored content is common, boosting your best organic posts right in the feed. Good for brand awareness, promoting content with CTAs.
What about getting more direct?
Message ads used to be called sponsored in-mail. They go directly into a user's LinkedIn inbox. Can have really high open rates if they're highly targeted, personalized, offer real value, and have a single clear CTA. Avoid generic sales pitches like the plague, though.
There are smaller ads too, right? Text ads.
Yeah, text ads and dynamic ads, usually on the side rail or top banner. More cost-effective. Text ads are a simple headline description visual, good for website traffic or awareness on a smaller budget. Dynamic ads pull in viewer profile data, can feel more personalized for things like job ads or connection suggestions.
But for pure lead generation, you mentioned something specific earlier.
Lead gen forms. Hugely valuable. Users submit their contact info, often pre-filled from their LinkedIn profile, right there on the platform without leaving.
Less friction means higher conversion rates?
Often, yes. It captures the data directly, which you can then feed into your CRM. For direct lead gen with a valuable offer, they're usually the top choice.
And the targeting is the real superpower here.
It really is. Job title, seniority, company size, industry-specific skills, interests. You can get incredibly granular. Plus, Matched Audiences lets you upload your own lists, customers, prospects, target companies, or target website visitors. Highly efficient ad spend when done right.
How do you manage the budget and track if it's working?
You need to be thoughtful. Start small with budgets, test different campaigns, then scale what works. Understand the bidding options, cost per click, cost per impression, etc., and match them to your goals. And track everything, especially cost per lead and ideally lead quality, by connecting it to your CRM to see who actually becomes a customer.
And retargeting, showing ads again to people who've already interacted.
Definitely use retargeting. Show ads to people who engage with your posts or visited your website. It keeps you top of mind with an already warm audience and helps nudge them towards conversion.
Okay, we're doing all this activity, optimizing, creating content, running ads, maybe employee advocacy. How do we actually know if it's all working, beyond just guessing?
The analytics dashboard. That's your command center. It tells the story of what's happening, how people are behaving, what content is hitting the mark. You have to monitor it regularly to manage and improve.
What are the absolute must-track metrics, the ones tied to actual business goals?
Okay, first, basic visibility. Page views and unique visitors. How many eyes are seeing your page? Then, follower growth shows the appeal of your overall presence, builds future reach.
Engagement rate is key too, right? Likes, comments, shares.
Crucial. Shows connection, perceived value, sparks conversation, and LinkedIn's algorithm likes it. You need to dig into which posts get the most engagement by type, topic, even time of day.
And for lead gen.
Clicks on your CTAs and subsequent landing page visits. That's the direct line. Which offers are actually moving people to take that next step? And don't forget audience demographics.
Checking who you're actually reaching, job titles, industries, locations, comparing that to your ideal client profile.
Exactly. If there's a mismatch, you might need to adjust your content or your ad targeting.
So use the analytics to spot the high-performing content. Identify the patterns.
Yes. What topics resonate? Which formats work? Best video, carousel text? What kind of language or headlines grab attention? Find those patterns and let them guide your future strategy.
And make it a regular habit, like a weekly check-in.
Absolutely. Spot trends. Is engagement dropping? Maybe time to try new approaches. Is one lead magnet outperforming others? Double down on that. Is a particular showcase page doing really well? Learn from its success. Data drives flexibility.
And it all comes back to setting clear goals up front, doesn't it? So the analytics actually means something.
Precisely. Set SMART goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Like increase page views by 15% this quarter. Or generate 20 qualified leads per month via lead gen forms. Or maintain an average engagement rate of 3%. Analytics become your scoreboard against those goals.
Finally, bringing it all together. This LinkedIn activity shouldn't live in a silo, right? It needs to connect to everything else you're doing in marketing and sales.
That's the final piece of the puzzle integration into your wider marketing ecosystem. Your LinkedIn company page is just one, albeit important, component. Don't treat it as isolated.
So cross-promotion is key, making it easy for people to find your page.
Definitely. Put the LinkedIn icon prominently on your website, embed posts or feeds, add links to your email signatures, and mention it in email campaigns. Cross-promote on other social channels. For deeper insights on X, check out our LinkedIn page.
And crucially, connect it to sales tools.
Yes. CRM integration is vital, especially for automatically transferring leads from lead gen forms or ads so sales can follow up fast. And if your sales team uses Sales Navigator, they should be leveraging the company page content.
How so? Sharing content to start conversations.
Exactly. Relational selling. They can share relevant posts to build rapport. They can also use it to find prospects who are engaging with your page or similar content. The page content itself acts as a passive nurturing tool for prospects they're connected with.
And maintaining consistency across everything. Same message, same look and feel.
Absolutely critical. Consistent brand messaging, tone, visuals across your website, email, LinkedIn, everywhere. It builds trust and strengthens your overall brand standing. Think of LinkedIn as a core, high-performing part of your whole system.
So it really is a comprehensive approach. Optimizing the page, creating great content consistently, leveraging employees, using showcase pages if needed, focusing on CTAs and lead magnets, maybe boosting with ads, tracking analytics, and integrating it all.
That's the blueprint. When you put these pieces together strategically, Your LinkedIn company page transforms from just being there to actively working for you, attracting attention, getting relevant views, and converting prospects.
It's about standing out from the noise, really, because while your competitors are probably on LinkedIn, the ones implementing these kinds of tactics are the ones getting the real results, winning that business.
And the good news is, you don't have to tackle everything at once. Don't get overwhelmed. Pick one strategy, maybe optimizing your about section or starting employee advocacy, and focus on doing that really well, then move to the next.
Small, consistent steps lead to big progress.
Exactly. The methods are there, the plan is laid out. Now it's really about taking that first step, starting to take action and beginning to drive those page views and generate those valuable leads.